welcome to a brand new adventure where I'm probably gonna fuck up another some of they are. Alright. So the night so the night before you 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 four heroes, Steel Shot, Dead Sec, Siri, and Pyro? I is that your name? Is that your character's name, Chimpanzee?
I have.
Ah,
Yes, sure, why not?
alright, and Pyro was summoned to the president's office. You see, you see, well, little quick backstory. 20 years ago, the world of fantasy and humans merge, and now you have elves, dwarves, mermaids, a bunch of other stuff running around. In fact, the in fact, the in fact, a hero named Mechabolt Mermaid, a soon-to-be retired hero, got lost in the Sea of Mist, along with everyone. In fact, no one, in fact, no one left the Sea of Mist for quite a while now. The president did send other heroes, but none of them came back as well. And so, reluctantly, he's like, ah, oh, another set of heroes. And one of you has magic. Jeez. Well,
What is he talking about?
no.
There are two of them.
How many of us have magic?
Oh, two of them? Oh, jeez. Well, I guess.
Wait, someone's magic here?
I literally have rocks floating around me right now.
Don't put that down, young lady. Don't put that down. You're talking to the president.
I always have earth floating around me.
Oh, stop it! Stop it right now!
Siri's going over and just looking through his desk.
What are you doing?
Sips on his coffee. This is a bad brand.
I am the president. You should show me some respect.
I didn't vote for you.
Father, calm down. As Star walks in. Hello, my name is Angelia Armstrong. How are you? It's good to meet your presence.
I'm just going to take these state secrets if you don't mind.
Like, stay. Oh, come on. Ah! Father, we could formulate that later. You know you have a re-election coming up. Fine. Couple of people, you heard the Sea of Mist, right?
Yes.
Some reports is that people come down and never come back for some reason for the last couple of months now. We even have that somewhat strange mermaid character walking around, and she didn't come back either. So your job is to find her and everyone else and tell them to cut it out or whatever. Do you hear me?
Yes. City of Mist has been a bit of perplexing.
Yeah. Satellite imagery doesn't exactly allow for a whole lot of detailed analysis.
And even magical means have been having trouble.
Don't you think I know that? I'm the president. The first thing I asked was a satellite. The journal said that nothing penetrates that for some reason. It seems like a normal city, but no one actually leaves. Even people who's attempting to leave just does it for some reason.
Could be a mental compulsion.
Oh, good. Mind control.
Not the first time I've dealt with something like that. There are many ancient ruins that utilize those to keep themselves in order.
Depending upon the
It's a
composition.
city. I'm the president. Everyone bows before me. Father, you're
That's not how
crazy.
the presidency works.
I'm sorry. My father is a little stressed with this re-election coming soon. Can you do us a favor and check it out, please? I'll really appreciate it.
How old is his daughter, by the way?
About 20.
We probably can look into it. It's been on my list for a while now.
Curious.
Good. Thank you very much. Hopefully you return one day. They're gonna feel like they're always like all the other heroes fell before them. Father, you can't send in the military. Jeez.
I think he's sundowning is what we're learning here.
Mm-hmm.
And so the campsite is pretty much at the Sea of Mist city limits. Just before you actually enter the city.
So, like, is it a quick geographic question? Like, where exactly is, like, as far as cardinal directions, the camp compared to the city? Are we, like, to the north of it, east of it?
About the south of it.
Hello?
You should note you have also two two FBI agents to hopefully report back to.
Yes, we will report to Agent Mulder and Scully.
Actually, their
No,
names are Solder and Molly.
I was about to say they're actually two male guards. Listening to a Diamond Star concert.
That's clearly their names, Skiri. Non-copyright infringing names.
Yep, it's Golder and Molly.
Sculptor and Molly. Alright, now are you sure you know what you're doing?
Investigate, figure out what's going on, why communications can't get out, and why people don't seem to want to leave.
Alright, guess you'll head there in the morning. But for now,
Yes.
but for now, let's get some sleep, and then they just ignore it and just keep on watching the concert.
Before you go, is there anything about this city that we should know that we may not have been briefed upon yet? You know, boots on the ground, knowing a bit more than the brass, as it were.
Not really. It seems like a normal city for a couple months ago. People going in and out. Concerts, even football teams at the stadium. They have some gangster problems, but what city doesn't? What city that size doesn't?
Yep. Gangsters.
Makes sense.
Anyway, get some sleep, heroes. We'll talk to you in the morning, and then end up now completely focus on the concert.
Yep. I don't go to one of the tents. I go to the side of one of them where there's some open space. Just tap my foot on the ground and a stone tent, like a small stone structure, basically forms.
Let's get into a tent and check to see see if I can maybe locate any local news from the area itself, like from Mississippi, like the Mississippi Chronicles or something.
I will attempt to do some ritual spell casting. See if I can't get any insights and try to detect energies coming from the city. Do I need to roll magic, Ty?
Wherever you are.
$35.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, something a little bit magical is going on, though you can't exactly pinpoint on what it is yet.
Too far away.
Okay.
It's too far away for me to get an exact idea, but there's definitely something going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And was I able to locate the local newspaper and maybe get an idea of if they're still publishing externally or if it just stops after a certain date, like the 2 months ago?
The guards the tank actually has a newspaper, but the last date's a couple of months ago before whatever happened. But it's published once a week, and mostly sent out to the world, and mostly sent out to the rest of the country.
Okay, so if it's sent out once a week, when was the last issue sent out? Last week or
3 months ago.
Yeah. Communication going out, not really being common. And also, question: their newspaper, that's a physical one that they have, right?
Yep.
Okay. Using my computers and all that stuff, and probably a technology roll, can I roll to see if I could maybe find the online version of the local newspaper? See, maybe if there's something there that may have more recent information.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
28.
Okay, so here's what happens. You do connect to the newspaper online, but then for some odd reason, just before you start to read the articles, it somehow shifts back to the old newspaper you found.
So it's directing me to older editions.
Yeah, but it's strange. As in the second you type it, it does show the current edition, but then for some odd reason, the computer string phrase and shifts back to the older edition.
Interesting. I'll relay that to to my crew. I'm able to get to their newspaper online, but as soon as you get into it, it tries to revert back to the old editions from stuff from 2 months ago. The new stuff is being made, it's just it wants to keep its secrets.
There's also an odd magic presence coming from the city. I can't pinpoint the source or what it exactly is.
Possibly related?
It's possible. I have seen magic and technology fused together before.
Interesting. So a possible person monitoring the traffic, then probably forcing it so as soon as it reaches something external. Yes. At the very least, something very technologically is at least affecting the newspapers. The magic stuff I'll leave to you since that's outside of my wheelhouse. Problem is, we're not going to learn much more until we actually get in.
Yes.
Check your gear, make sure it's good. May as well get some good night's sleep. Probably the last one we get for a while.
Well, then have a good night. He walks back into his little stone structure, and stone slides out of the ground, sealing the door shut.
Well, glad we're all on board on this plan of ours.
All right. I assume we're going the next day.
Of course not. We're going to go do other things. That's how we roll. We're going to go off on a side quest and then come back to this 7 months later, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, we'll just be higher level, have newer gear, and we'll take on what was supposed to be the level 1 fight, and we're actually like level 17.
Yeah. We power grind on side missions.
The FBI just kick you into the sea, like, go in there.
So, like, how thick is the fog itself? Like looking into the city from the outside, is it like obscured like entirely?
All right, as you enter here, it's pretty much like a a a medium fog. You can still walk around and see it, but nothing else is strange. And now
Switching
for
the
the
third.
tour, which I'm probably going to rebuild this city. I'm probably going to fix this city, but it's still going to be the same thing.
As we enter the city, I'll just be sitting cross-legged on top of a rock, just floating along.
I switch my visor to thermal.
Alright. This right here, alright, they actually have
Okay, so we're right there.
This right here is the warehouse and docks area. This is the seaport for rich, oversized folks.
Yay, docks. You know what that means?
Boats
What?
and pirates.
Also, yes.
Less earth for me to work with.
Also, yes. Glad that everyone's on the same page here.
More water for you to work with.
This is
Oh no, the chance for all of you to potentially drown.
this
Effectively.
this is the stadium. This is the stadium slash concert area. Business districts. Regular houses. The poor side of town. The bar is over here, and of course, rich people's land, if you will.
Mhm.
Complete with a gay community.
A gay community, yay! I'm glad to see the gays are getting involved. I think I may have misheard that, but I'm not going to change what I said.
Oh boy. Of course, there's a local bar and a local bank. And
Is
of course,
there,
several houses if you want to do. Some of
Is
them
there-
are up for sale. Well, not up for sale, but up for rent.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Is there an elven section to the city, or is this almost entirely human?
Most of it's mixed, but about I'd say about here it's more elf than human or anything else. But that part.
I'm going to float down to that section and just kind of just try to talk with the people. See if they know what's going on.
All right, what are your plans for you? All right, All right. What's the plans for your three?
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch them and see how they play it out. Go.
Gonna head to the stadium area and see, like, get an idea of like maybe what's going on. Like, there's bound to be a good like wireless connection I can connect into, and maybe get an idea of like maybe more actually once again reactivate connecting to the local newspaper's online version. See if I can get the newer editions, or if I still get booked to the old stuff.
All right. Hey, Jimbear?
I follow Kiwi.
All right.
So that means I'm going with the elf to make sure he doesn't die.
I'm not an elf.
Thus, I go with the elf.
You first said to Elvin Park time. Oh, some
Wow.
human. Oh, hello. Wait.
He gives a greeting in Elven.
Oh. Ah, someone with high class. Well then. Well then. Greetings.
Greetings. I'm passing through. I'm passing through this town. I was hoping you could tell me a bit about it. Curious.
It's just a normal town. We have a couple sessions for elves, humans, and a couple people. Some superheroes just walking around here for some reason, but it's just a normal town.
There's a superhero walking around?
Yeah, some. Oh yeah, that soon to be retired superhero, the mermaid, but she's like on the far end of town most of the time.
Said she's on the far side of town.
Yeah, the business district.
I'll might as well go over and see what's going on there. Diplo, what's the name of your character?
Siri.
Siri, if you wouldn't mind to join me, see what's going on with our contemporary. He expands out the platform, his flying platform a little bit, so if you want, you can stand on it too.
She'll join you.
Magic user.
Yes.
Your teacher taught you well. Huh?
Yes, she did. And zoom away.
All right.
Yay!
And now for DedSec. Yeah.
All right.
Obviously, you make the stadium in the morning, so pretty much nothing but maintenance and a couple of tours are sick. So obviously, maintenance tours are like setting up. Pretty much cleaning up for a concert from last night.
Yeah. So, just checking in quickly, like, what kind of like Wi-Fi signal can I get from this place? Because every stadium I've been to in the past has had their own Wi-Fi for the public or whatnot. Do I get a Wi-Fi connect signal?
Yeah, public Wi-Fi, and public Wi-Fi as well as Wi-Fi that could stretch out to sea if necessary.
All right, so public Wi-Fi and private Wi-Fi. Okay. So using the public Wi-Fi, I'm gonna try and once again reconnect to the Mist City Chronicles or whatever the online version of the paper. Am I still getting redirected back to the old issues, or am I actually getting to see the new stuff?
No, actually, you see the new stuff. You see the date, but the article seems like the same. All the headlines and everything, but the date is clunking as the new stuff.
Okay. Trying to compare that to like the earlier edition that I saw. Is like word for word the same, or is like kind of worded differently, but more or less the same gist?
More or less the same gist, but it's still the same article.
Okay, so basically it's like reprinting the old articles, but notes going on. What is it? Let's go like into that section of the paper where it's talking about like the concert or something. Does it mention what band is playing? And try and reference that again with the older edition I have.
Once again, they said Damage Store once again graces our city. The worldwide pop store. The worldwide pop store does another smash hit before going on tour tomorrow.
Well, that's not at all disconcerting.
And
Sure
it's
is.
the exact same thing from the last couple of months.
Hmm.
You'd think
Interesting.
someone would notice.
Yeah, you think someone noticed, wouldn't you?
Curiosity, does it look like there's somebody who's like, maybe a worker taking like a smoke break or something?
You can see a security guard like cracking his fingers and talking to one of Diamond Star's security personnel.
I'm gonna try and take my helmet off. Quick question. At the moment, the character's helmet is on and is set for thermal vision. Taking the helmet off, how much does the fog seem to affect my ability to see how far away things are? Or does it seem clearer, oddly?
You can see in here, plus pretty much blind, near sight, far sight here, like you know what I mean.
Okay,
Like
so I can.
you see stuff close, but not very far away.
Alright, so you can see stuff that's maybe like 10, 15 feet away from me, then kind of beyond that gets fuzzy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and approach up to the guard that's like snapping their finger and speaking to the group's security. Hey there.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Not much. Thick fog, huh?
Uh, yeah, it's been a while since the city erected, but like it's not bigger like normal.
Yeah. I admit, it's kind of surprising seeing like one group constantly doing tours in the exact same stadium. I mean,
What do you mean? What do you
oh,
mean? They only Diamond Store only comes to like once ever. Like
I'll
the last time she's actually seen that. Actually, despite being born here, she never actually has to stadium. She never has to actually come here for a concert.
oh,
This is her birthday celebration.
oh, congratulations then. It's just thought it was interesting since I was looking at the paper and a couple of older issues, and they've been here for a while. Like an extended tour thing.
No, she came, she sent, and she left.
Oh.
What do you mean? The
Then
paper
I'll show
still
the.
was yesterday. Here.
I'll then show
He
copies.
can't he can't do a paper and from the night before and it's different.
What does it say, and what's different compared to the online version?
Alright. Alright.
Also, what's the date on it listed as?
Well it's monthly, so it's weekly, so it's last week. Like the Diamond Star Meteors just lost another game. Diamond Star finally sorry. The Missing Meteors just lost another game. Diamond Star after 29 years has finally returned home to not 29. 20 years has finally returned home to senior concert for her own birthday.
Interesting. Interesting.
And the local bank has been robbed. Again.
Another one? Seriously? I looked at the guard. How many times has that bank been robbed?
Uh, just, just ask Chief Eli. I swear, how does he keep his job as chief of police? I'll never know.
Nepotism?
Maybe. Maybe because he's been there long enough to, for, for C Main not to care.
Okay.
Where's the C Mayor? I haven't seen him in a couple of months.
Yes. Okay. Also, what was the name of the police inspector again?
Say again? Chief Eli.
And you mentioned that like the physical paper he had was different than the online version.
Yeah.
I'll just show him the online version compared to the physical one he said and go, if that's the case, then maybe whoever's in charge of the online version kind of needs a speaking to. To which I then cycle back a few articles where it's basically showing the same thing.
Except something strange happens. As you cycle back from last week, it actually shows the paper the guard holds. And older editions beyond that.
Okay, so all right, so basically I went back like an issue or two, and it's showing the one that the guard happened to have.
Yep.
Do the dates match up?
Yep.
And relative to like what we knew the date of as before entering, what exactly is the date here in comparison? Like,
I'll give it June 1st. Sorry, July 1st.
so that's the date that's listed, or the date when we entered.
That's the date that's listed on the newspaper.
Okay, and what date was it as far as we know what it was?
You think it's July 2nd?
Interesting. I'll mark down on that onto like my the calendar system that I have that today's July 2nd, and a note to check to see what it is, what the like what.
Well, the paper comes out once a week, so you have to wait though.
Well, comparing to like what the
When the
chronometer would
come
say,
out.
like tomorrow's date is, just to make sure it's like not something's up with the system.
Say again?
Basically, he's marking down like today's July 2nd on his system, a bit like as a note, and saying to check his date and time tomorrow to make sure that it actually says the 3rd and not the 2nd. Because that could indicate like some kind of technological fault going on, and that is something that'd be concerning for my guy.
Alright.
After that, I give the guard his paper back and tell him to have a good day and to enjoy the concert.
Well, the concert's left already. We're just here. Concert left already. He's just here to sign some security paperwork, as the band actually left the city a while ago and on flights for somewhere else.
Alrighty then. Well, have fun cleaning the stuff up.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Interesting.
Just a tip. Just a
And
tip. Don't invite elves and dwarves and whoever it is to a concert. They make a real mess.
it sounds like a story. That sounds like an interesting story.
I'll tell you about another time on the bar. Anyway.
Alright, have a good one then.
Alright.
Now off to find a mermaid.
Alright. In the business district, walking around is.
Technically, we're floating.
Say again?
Technically, we're floating.
No, I meant she's walking around because. Okay, she can switch to human to mermaid when she wants.
Got it. I guess we'll land in front of her.
Hello, people.
And what was her name again? I keep forgetting.
Her real name's
Megavolt. Yeah, well, yeah. Megavolt.
I'm about to retire from that name, but you could call me that.
We were sent in to figure out why you were still here. It's been... How long has she been gone for?
3 months.
We've been in the city for 3 months.
No, I have. I just arrived yesterday.
No, it's been 3 months.
No, it's yesterday, see? July 2nd. Or is it the 3rd?
I'm gonna try to use some of my ritual cast to see if she's been hexed in some way.
Go ahead.
So he snaps his fingers, and basically a ritual circle appears in the ground around her.
A ritual? Yeah, I haven't seen this since the time I fought Dr. Insano.
It's elven runes, but yeah, it's all there. 33.
As far as you're concerned, it is still July 2nd.
Well, I'm trying to detect if there's any magic affecting her.
Not her.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm just walking around here because some thugs actually was hanging up business districts. I'm surprised because they have like strong technology and stuff. But wait a second, if I've been sent here a month ago, then should I report back by now?
Yes, we were sent to collect you.
Eh. Let's see if let's step outside the city to see if everything's amiss.
Okay, we can attempt that. I expand the platform even more, so all three of us can be on it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. She switches to her mermaid form and then summons a platform of her own, which is water based.
Ah, an Aquamancer.
But of course.
And I guess we're gonna fly in formation out of the towards the edge of the city.
Yes, and this is where the strange thing happens. When you fly to, actually, which edge are you trying to fly to?
I say we try to fly out the way we came in.
All right, so you try to fly to here, but then you notice you're back here. So yeah, you try to fly here, and then you notice you're back the same way you started, which is around here.
So we try. So we end up elsewhere. So we end up still in the city.
Yep.
That's interesting. This is the way we came in, and yet it isn't.
You have something that could communicate outside the world? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you have anyone that can communicate from the outside the world? I'm pretty sure that asshole president probably sent in a couple of guards as well.
Yes, a couple FBI agents.
Is there any communication to pick up their radios?
We'd have to try to track down one of our other members. I don't carry much technology on me.
Good enough.
Guess we're gonna go. I guess we're gonna go and try and find Kiri.
Either. At least I try to call outside the city.
So we're gonna go and try and find Kiri.
Yep.
Alright, so do you reunite yet?
I just realized we didn't exactly explain what we were going to do or where we were going to meet up. I guess I imagine they were probably given some communication devices between the group, so we could be able to try talking into going. Can you guys hear me?
They can hear you.
All right.
Diplo, can you handle communications?
Yeah, okay. I can handle that.
All right. Meet us by the stadium.
Yeah, something about stadium there. Probably has to do with the fact that there's discrepancies in the newspaper.
And Helmut goes back to thermal to try and locate these guys in the air.
I'm not exactly hiding, so you probably detect me pretty quick. Floating on my rock.
Yep. All right. Basically, as soon as I see him, I'll start trying to give him well, he can't do VFR, so IFR readings to where I am. So okay, turn a bit to the right, 30 degrees to the left, stuff like that. And guess eventually you land right by me, I guess.
Yep.
All right. So,
And she also lands and switches back to her human form.
all right. So, is that the lady we're supposed to recover?
I guess I'm assuming I'm supposed to be from the state to recover
Yes.
for once.
All right.
Problem is, we tried to leave the city and we ended up elsewhere in the city, using the same path we came in on.
What do you
I'll
mean?
be right back, guys.
Alright.
Can't say exactly. We could be in some sort of semi-extra dimensional space. They have weird rules.
Yeah. So far, from what I've gathered, apparently it seems like. Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day?
I've heard of it. It was with that one guy in the Ghostbusters movie.
Yes. Long story short, every day it keeps repeating the exact. It appears something like that is happening here, from what I can get, based on how people are reacting and from what the publications are indicating. Wish I just start showing him the online publications and going back and forth between the issues. So yeah, basically everything's on repeat, and no one seems to be aware of that. All indicating that today is July 2nd.
Yeah.
So the question is why? It, we never had, they never had some Groundhog Day loop before. Like, oh god! Sorry, Fails, I gotta go. She follows right and flies back to the business district.
I tried.
She, 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 she shoots out to Murray phone and flies back to the business district. Someone broke into a building.
Shall we follow her?
Might as well.
Yes.
Pull out my jetpack.
I run.
Alright, you follow her for four thugs, and you sees four thugs, but for some odd reason, her powers, which is water and hydroelectric, doesn't seem to be working. Like, what the hell? These are just street thugs.
Is she about to get shot?
Yep.
I will quickly land on the ground and create a solid stone wall in between her and the bad guys, loosely half dome shape.
What the? We never saw it. How'd you get here? Yeah, we played. How'd you get here? Where do you come from? Yeah, one of supposedly only one hero.
I drop down and just try and restrain a couple, as many as I can, with my restraining. And this would be like, okay. So when it says like, when it's saying like it's targeting will, or is this like will? It's basically they'd be restrained.
Alright, then what do I roll against?
Let's see what exactly the specifics. So rolling a 27 against that. Where was it? Multi attack. If they fail by 1 degree, then they're hindered. If they fail by 2 degrees, then they're immobile. And if they fail by 3 degrees, they are incapacitated. DC 18 save.
Okay, but what do I roll against?
Will.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
At
wait.
least I think that's what it is. Oh, they succeed.
Alright, let me just pull out fields so I could actually start battling these people. Alright. I probably should actually create actual field, but actually this is actually a good map.
So initiative time.
Yep.
You'll have to add me an initiative manually.
Here is initiative. There it is.
Yeah. Geo? Initiative?
Yes. 11. You got to add me manually.
Oh.
I didn't. I remember I'm running outside of the
Oh, yeah,
character
that's
sheet
right.
in the system yet.
I'm just add you.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, the bruises go first. Let's
Okay.
one hero, two hero, let's get him anyway. Obviously he's gonna try to surround you.
Hope.
And she's gonna try to trap one of them. Actually, she's gonna try and knock one away. And they pass the check.
You actually don't roll dodge in an attack like that. You basically it's like dodge is like AC. So in this situation, his dodge. Let's see, it's a 20. That's a +9. So you got to beat it. So it's 10 plus 9, and he has to roll his toughness to resist the damage.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's a damage 5 effect, or is it a damage? What's the level of damage?
10.
Okay, yeah, that's actually really, really powerful. She must be what, a DC? She must be a PL10 character.
Yep.
Okay, let me double check the rules for this. What the DC will be. A range damage effect of that type does hurt like hell. Here we go. Yeah, it's damage rank +15, so he's got to beat a DC 25 toughness check, or he's out.
Well, on the button.
So what happens if they meet?
He's got to have 14 toughness.
Wait, what? No. Probably should be lower. Yeah, I probably should have fixed it.
Yeah, because 14 toughness means they'd only have 6 dodge. If they were PL10.
Yeah, probably should. Yeah, I probably fucked up my parade account in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just subtract 10, so that means it not only hits, but it actually launches him.
Yeah,
Way
failure
back.
failure by 2 degrees. Target is dazed at the end of next turn. Unless these guys are minions, then he's just instantly out.
It's it's a minion, so it's instantly out.
Got it.
And it was a regular. Then she's actually going to just knock them down. But yeah. You guys' powers back? Ah, jeez. Rust them! And he's gonna try to introduce you to lead pipe. Well, parking meter.
He misses. He basically slams into an unseen energy field. And an amulet that's around his neck glows.
and one of them tries to run into the district. You go.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah.
I'm basically going to do fly a little back, using by just lifting up the piece of ground I'm standing on, then launching. I just did a couple maneuvers with my hands and launching a massive rock at this guy. And this is going to be versus his dodge. This is going to be versus his dodge plus 10. So whatever his dodge is. So is his dodge less than 8?
Yes, it is.
Okay, he gets slammed with a very large rock, moving at a pretty good speed. He's now got to beat a DC 22 toughness check.
Even if it's subtracted 30, even if it's subtracted 10, it still beats it.
Yeah, he does beat it. So it hits him, but he's no worse for wear. And I'm floating about 15, 20 feet above the battlefield right now.
You told your turn, Pyro.
Yeah. Here. And I.
Martial arts.
Huh.
Parry. He fails. So let me see. And fails both.
Okay.
However, something's wrong. What's going on? Her Oceana's powers start to fluctuate, so she can't exactly. So something can't she can't summon water or electricity at the moment. It's Exet's turn.
All right. And I really wish Tupelo was here also to help explain.
Yeah.
I do know the system pretty well, so just ask me.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
My goal is to try and restrain this dude with the restraining rope I have.
Okay. Is it a ranged affliction?
It is a multi-attack affliction. So not range.
Okay, so that means you have to basically be standing next to him to be effective.
All right. So
And it would be considered a close attack, not a ranged attack. So you'd have to use your fighting ability.
So
Or no. Sorry, afflictions. Affliction. Yeah, you've still got to do a ranged attack with it because you've got not a ranged attack, but a melee attack. Basically, you got to punch him with it.
Okay, so fighting roll.
Yeah, it's a fighting roll plus you have the close attack ability, or if you have any accuracy, or if you put any skill points into close combat specifically for that attack.
Gadgets, I suppose, would count, so that'd be that plus 10. Wait, would it be add the total or add the rank? So that'd be plus 10, I guess.
Well, remember, the maximum you can have for the Mutant Mastermind is a little bit interesting in that you trade accuracy for damage. Basically, you can have no more effect than you basically, if you add your 2 attack with your damage of whatever it is, if it can be no higher than double your the power level. So in your case, for example, my attack, I add a plus 8 to it, and it's a damage level 7. So I actually have room for either one more accuracy or one more damage. And same thing with affliction. So basically, what you roll right in this case is your punching attack. In this case, so
So not gadget, but punch.
Yeah. That does beat his. Oh yeah, that handily beats his thing. Well,
Okay.
that's versus parry in this case.
Yeah.
And now he gets to roll his defense. So he gets to roll his either fortitude or will to not be tied up. Versus and an affliction DC, I don't believe is affliction attack. Yeah, DC is
Damn.
oh yeah, he fails. The minimum DC is 10, and I guarantee you have more than 1 point to this. And since he's basically a mook, he gets the worst effect.
Oh yeah.
So he's completely incapacitated.
So he's completely restrained.
You basically pulled a what was it? A Boba Fett on Luke Skywalker in episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's completely tied up with titanium cabling.
I was thinking long arm from the show Cops, but that's pretty much more accurate description.
Okay, so then I guess that would be my turn now that he's restrained.
Alright, well, this bruiser's out, so...
They're saying...
When the other one sees what's going on, is like, I'm out of here. We didn't sign up for this. And jumps the fence.
I'm going to float up and go, you're not getting away that easily, and going to basically build a stone dome around him.
I should note that this is actually grass, so...
Yes, and there's earth underneath it.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying.
So, yeah, let me check the rules for create to contain.
I am finally back.
Welcome back.
I had to carry a bunch of things up and down the stairs, and I think my new chair, I think the stopper that you can set so you know your chair doesn't lean back, I think it's already broken. And I can't be certain because unless somebody was messing with it last night after I went to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. I actually might not be able to pull this off because it is a ranged attack. Because my and the problem is my skill is not with that. So I guess I'm just gonna hit him with a rock.
Go ahead.
23. So now he gets to roll a toughness. Again, DC 22. Yeah, the rock just slammed. He just gets crushed. Oh, no, I wouldn't say he gets just slammed by like a 1-ton rock.
Remember you fix the bruises when we get done with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's pretty much unconscious.
I'm going to make a stone cage for all of them. We can chuck them in there for now.
The security tower's like, the security towers just woke up like, what are you doing here? Who are you?
We have caught criminals for you. Lift stone cage. Lift stone cage.
Now get them and your filthy butt out of here. On the high class citizens actually stepped into here.
Question: what's Oceana looking like right now?
She's not exactly worse for wear. Sometimes she's switched between mermaid and human form, and she actually sparks electricity every once in a while.
Well, God willing, my suit could possibly take the hit or two. You want to try and carry her?
Wait, who's injured?
Oceana. She's like sparking electricity here and there.
You're talking about the mermaid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can create a stone tub for you to put her in.
All right.
Float that around the city.
And then I carry the tub.
I can literally carry the tub myself. Move Earth. as long as the thing doesn't weigh more than 3 tons.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. My character does not have much in terms of strength. Probably be able to carry her regularly, but not much else.
There's a bar. Take me there for now.
Which one?
It's an old bar. Which wait, you still have one more thug left.
Yes, we still have the one I have restrained.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Pimpin pretty much murdered him. Never mind.
Well, I guess I'll take my restrained thug and chuck him over my shoulder. Any of the like security guards or whatnot coming by?
I already dropped the guys off in a stone cage next to a war.
Okay, including the one I had? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so they got them all.
We'll some of the cops, but next time we'll some of the cops for you as well.
Last I checked, there's no law that prohibits one from assisting a hero if the situation requires it.
No, of course not.
Alright. So, let us head to the bar. Oceana, you lead the way.
Yay, we followed mermaid. Boop, 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 boop.
It's an old timey bar. Welcome to my temporary headquarters.
Alright. So I guess we entered the bar.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Bartender looks kind of like, yes? What the hell happened to you? Who are these thugs? They're help me. Oh. Well, thank you. This right here, right? I think I gained control of it again. But it never happened to me before. What? I got sprayed with something, but... I got sprayed with something before the fight, but I don't know what it was.
Out of curiosity, is there still any of that stuff that's maybe on you that I could maybe analyze?
I could check it if it's magical.
Check for both.
So each of us throw our
30.
respective rolls.
30 on the magic roll.
28 with technology to figure out what it is. Or if we want to use science, then it would be
Science
just
would be this case, and I'll assist you
So-
with that.
Then just subtract 4 from that roll. So a 24.
Alright. Well, it's definitely magical.
You get an additional 2 on that
So,
science check. as
26
well.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that just beats the check. It's definitely magical, but some sort of poison that's built specifically for her.
Ooh, that's nasty. This is a tailored poison that's been magically enhanced.
Or more specifically for her powers.
Like a power dampening thing.
Yeah.
Hmm. Based on this, I'm guessing it just gets absorbed into the skin, and then it does that, which then affects the powers. Yeah, you're definitely going to get a wash off because that is stuff you don't want on you.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I go back to the shower. Actually taking a shower for the first time instead of actually just, you know, washing myself off.
What do you normally do? Just swim in the harbor?
Some of the harbor just create water up above me and just splash it down. How do humans do it?
We either create a bath or take a shower.
Oh.
And curiosity. We'll lead you to your room, and I just want to check the shower, just in case there's traces of that chemical in there. Just in case there's something in the water.
Yeah, no problem.
So I guess like I grab like a glass and just pour it underneath the shower head, turn the shower on, and just fill the glass. Do you want me to do another science roll to maybe see if it's in there? 24.
You can't exactly see what's strange or not.
I can try to assist. I don't succeed.
Well, considering that I have an idea of what I'm looking for, theoretically, wouldn't that make it a little bit easier to tell if I could find it, or is it just too distilled that I couldn't tell?
A little too distilled.
Alright.
Oh.
What's the poison?
What we can tell, it's like a power dampening type thing, or something that causes havoc with oceanic
How much of
power.
it do we have?
We got like this sample that we managed to get from Oceana herself. And like he pulls out like a baggie that has it in there, and a glass and a cup of water from her shower. And I suspect there's something in the water.
Siri just licks it.
Wait, what?
She licks it, and then after a while, will give them her answer based on all knowledges.
Yeah,
Out of curiosity, do you have what was it? Do you have the eidetic memory ability?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Just want to double check. 'Cause I've got that too. It's useful.
Alright. Well,
She just-
Siri's
It's
going-
really easy to know about poisons when you've just sampled them all.
Well, Siri is going to definitely need a good night's sleep. The water is definitely poison from the source.
Minty.
Yeah, let me borrow some more. The bartender's like, hey, let me borrow some water so he could actually wash this stuff off you.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor? Can one of the heroes do me a favor and go to the chemist shop and see if you could summon the chemistry shop to see if you could summon one of the grants?
Should you repeat that?
Can you do me a favor? Right down the road is something that specializes in like household chemicals or stuff like that. Can you see if someone wants grants?
Alright, what brand do you need?
Either one's fine. I prefer the older grant, but mostly her his niece Lucy's home.
Sure, I'll go out and get that.
Sure.
Okay, then. Alright, so...
Alright,
Yeah,
so I
let's get
guess a
it.
couple of minutes, so... And, and what does everyone do while Kira's away?
I'm gonna order a drink, and I'm gonna take a small sample of it, and then, like, the wonderful bag of gadgets, if there's, like, a chemical analyzer, just to see if there's maybe something in there that could affect the mind, outside of alcohol. Case there. That would be another science check, I'm guessing.
Yep.
And it likes a 24.
Other than alcohol, it seems fine.
26, I assist.
That's 26, okay.
Yeah, still under alcohol, it seems fine. I'm not sure if any alcohol beverages in here. Why did she come here in the first place? Other than the fact that no one else stops by this bar because it's old school or stuff like that. While the kids want to hang out the bar up the street, up the road, a rave club down the street, and parties in the harbor at night. Kids these days, you know.
Yes. Parties at the harbor at night.
Yeah, yeah. Every single it started last night and it's just as loud as it could be. Anyway, I guess a couple of minutes, they kept. I guess after a couple of minutes, Chimpan and Lucy comes back. Oh, yeah, you summoned. Ah, you summoned me? Ah, yes, we had to figure out some chemicals. Oh. And she starts looking at the chemicals to make sure everything's okay.
Who is this?
Lucy.
Too many people.
Yeah. So she is the chemical person?
For now.
Daedalus, what do you think? I agree, Daedalus. I agree. Siri pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it.
This is a nasty chemical. They got to get off her fast, or anyway, I'll send this in the lab. You come back tomorrow if you come back tomorrow. Hopefully my uncle decides to leave his basement. Anyway, good night. And she
Good night.
walks out.
Good night.
Good night, but an elven.
An elven person. I haven't seen you in and in the district. Most people don't speak elven.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I would say the lower half of his face is visible, but it's human, but he's also wearing elven mage robes.
Ah. Well then, good night, little sir. And she leaves. Anyway, what's the plan now? It's almost nighttime.
What time do those parties usually start?
About 3 o'clock.
3 a.m.
Just some kids. I chased the ball for. It's just some kids. One of us just called them, chase them off with the cops, and everything's fine. Eh, anyway, I'm about to go to bed. You can knock it up if you want. No one's gonna come here anyway.
All right.
And the bartender leaves.
So, is there anything going on? Do you think that maybe there might be something to do with it at the harbor? Because you know what is needed for mist? Water. And apparently the Oceana got sprayed with this chemical. Probably came from the water as well. The only thing we know is that apparently it's gathering at the harbor at night. I think we should do a stakeout.
Okay.
If I had access to my home, I might have been able to utilize my library to better identify this chemical. There's something familiar about it. At least the magical component of it. I'm thinking... Mr. Tech Guy.
Hmm?
Do you have the ability to forcibly condensate water in the air into liquid?
Yeah, it's not that difficult. I can do so.
Could you get a sample of the fog then?
Sure,
Let's just see if the chemical's in there too.
of course. I'll head outside and spend the next 15-20 minutes just trying to do that. Give your technology roll. And get 27 to condense the mist into liquid.
Alright, you do that?
So I'll be doing this for the next half hour.
Mm-hmm. And then once he's done, I'll assist him. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Alright.
Back now, sorry about that.
No problem.
So I do assist him if he wants to do a science check to identify if the chemicals in the water there too.
Yep. So when I get back, science roll. Ugh.
You don't find shit.
I'll at least search for the magic. 26.
Yeah, you could see a slight trace of magic you find from when you were outside the city.
Well, the magic appears to be in the mist too. At least what I was detecting earlier.
That's interesting. Very interesting, in fact.
And I guess since that's done, I guess I go into a room and prepare to wake up for the check out the harbor at 3 in the morning. Also, before going to bed, I'm gonna have a note to indicate what the date is, and compare that to the date and time that my suit will give me a reading of after waking up.
Alright. So what? Everybody's gonna do the same thing?
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
I said,
Still
what
here.
everyone else gonna do, or the same thing.
I am going to attempt to do a ritual to try to negate and prevent the magic in this mist from affecting this building and anyone inside of it. Is that possible to do?
Yeah, one way to find out.
23.
Not a chance.
Damn.
What are you worried about? We'll be fine. You're acting like mist will affect us.
Attempting to cover all bases. It's best to be prepared.
Anyway, so about 3 o'clock, you walk out and you notice the dates, and as you suspected, the day's repeating itself because it's 3 o'clock on the 2nd, or 3 a.m. on the 2nd.
interesting.
Temporal loop. Interesting.
It's also affecting my suit. Interesting.
However, you guys notice none of you guys are affected.
It's possible because we haven't been in long enough.
Or something has changed.
But as you walk around the bartender sits down with a shotgun in hand. Who are you? What do you want?
We were here last night. Do you not remember?
I
Brought-
remember shit. All I know.
We brought Oceana with us. We had to get some chemicals from the nearby chemist.
I'm summoning nearby chemics, and
Does the name Lucy sound familiar?
Lucy, yeah, I remember her, but she never come here last night. And at this point, he's clicking his shotgun.
At this point, take out like a voice recorder that I have. Please press the play button on that.
You press it.
Alright, I shall press it. And what shall be recorded is, or what it should be, is our conversation yesterday. Is somehow this affecting the recording, where it doesn't have the conversation anymore?
Actually, it doesn't.
Motherfucker. Oh wait, so the conversation is not recorded now.
No, the conversation actually is recorded.
Okay, so it is recorded. Okay.
Then we're probably not dealing with a temporal effect. Otherwise, we should have been affected as well.
I mean, it's clearly not a temporal effect because the rest of the world
Yeah, it's
outside
not.
of it's not.
Yeah.
It's a simple memory reset. Along with a trans-dimensional thing that pulls people back. They try and leave.
We have to find the source of this mist. Got a feeling it's tied to everything else that's going on.
Yes.
So you're going. So where are you guys headed to now? Oh, that's right, the docks.
First, yep. All right. Immediately first checking to see like the room if Oceana is still there. Is she still here or is she gone?
She's still here, but she's in her human form. The tub is gone.
That could have been a time thing. Well, Oceana's still here. Let's get to the harbor and see what this party is about. Out of curiosity, out of character, how loud is it traveling on the like floating rocks and stuff? Probably quieter than a jetpack.
Alright, so I assume you're heading to. Okay, so I assume you're heading for the warehouse district.
Is that where we detected the strongest bit of the mist was?
Yeah.
Yep, do my standard floaty thing.
Well,
And it's just as the bartender said. Well, we'll see in a couple hours. A bunch of kids partying and one of the cops with the chief of police breaking it up. Like, break it up, you two. Break it up. Shit, we broke up this party every day for a week. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, what's going on? I don't know. Just make sure they don't screw with the water.
then everything went quiet.
Well, other than a chief string the gun in the air and everything scaring off.
Hello?
Say again.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so warehouse and party being broken up by chief of police.
Yeah, and a couple of his squad members. They've been complaining about the fact that they've been putting up the party for a week now.
Been breaking up for the last few weeks, trying probably the last few months. Okay. So, like the chief of police, he's there.
Yep. Right here.
Gonna go up to the chief of police and go, how often does this keep happening?
Once it only just started today. Nothing, no big deal. Y'all teenagers, like to have some fun.
Yeah. Just I recall that our bartender here mentioned that there was like a party going on last night. So,
No, it just started today. We just got a call from one of the businesses.
and just gonna do a quick recording. Alright, so basically, party here is being busted up. Watching people either going into like the paddy wagons or running away. The stuff that I'm recording and seeing. Alright. So,
Take it easy with that recording equipment, will ya?
it's mostly audio is all that's getting. And I'm just describing seeing people running and stuff. No real name or identifying factors. But we can at least hear the detective's voice.
I'm just floating nearby observing.
Really now.
And then, carry on. Oh yeah, and
For the force.
how's there's those bank robberies going about?
Bank robberies?
Yeah.
I don't like hearing bank robberies. I heard that a couple of thugs have probably tried to rob some banks, but our resident superhero.
Yeah,
Anyway, we gotta get ready for a concert coming to town soon.
Yep. Well then,
And
have a good shift, officer.
yeah, just don't break anything. and leave the district, of course. We we don't want any business to complain that some quote unquote heroes destroyed the shipyard.
All right. And start heading back to the inn.
Alright. Back to the end.
I guess I'm going to try again today to create that ritual. 27.
Alright. From at only the end only, the time is actually flowing as normal again.
There we go. This is now a safe haven for us.
Okay, so port in the storm.
Effectively.
This ritual, do you have to do it constantly, or will this last a while?
I'll have to re-up it periodically, but it should last for a little. It should last for at least a few days,
Yeah,
assuming Ty's okay with that,
3 days max.
and then I can re-up it. There is now a glowing rune circle in the center of this place.
Oh boy, because once it now note that the bartender is back in bed. The glowing room, however, the stuff wakes Oceana. Who are you?
That's Oceana that just woke up?
Yeah.
Oceana, we kind of helped you with some bugs yesterday. You probably don't remember because apparently...
You see a war jet shoot your way. And her going into combat phase.
Wait, she's going to attack us?
Unless you hasn't answered questions quickly, yep.
Here is a recording of yesterday. I played tape recorder again. She would have been in this recording.
Wait, that's my voice.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's some sort of memory-altering effect or potentially temporal effect on the city. I've been able to create a temporary protection for us, a port in the storm, as my colleague over here put it.
I just arrived in the city yesterday. I didn't know.
You've been here for over 3 months.
For 3 months.
Yes.
Tell me everything that happened at the time. At least at the time you met me. I shouldn't give you the Clips Notes version.
Yep.
Really? I don't remember any of it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog's Day?
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, you're basically living the part of main character.
And so is everyone else.
Pretty much.
And then you hear a voice you didn't expect to hear. Ah, found you! I was a big fan of yours.
Who is this person and who are they speaking to?
They're speaking to Oceana, and she's the president's daughter, Angela.
Oh boy.
However, something strange is also happening. Pursuing her are Agent Sully and Mulder.
Oh, there was our FBI escort outside the city.
Wait, we're in such a...
Yes, you're inside the city.
We're just sleeping. The concert passed, and then we see we see the little miss try to sneak into the city, so we followed her.
Well, quite possibly this is the safest place in the city.
At the very least, you won't be affected by whatever's affecting the rest of the rest of the people here.
Is it the fourth yet?
Well, according to my suit, it's still the second. When it's not.
Yeah, I remember you being here for a couple of days. So I'm gonna give you a quick favor before I had to try to take a break. As you look outside the city, you see that you find your own campsite, but you can't see past it.
Interesting.
Anyway, we'll give it a break so I can get some lunch. I'll be back.
Okay.
So I'm guessing we need to find what's causing this
Yep.
effect and stop it.
Yeah.
Have we, Ty? Have we figured out where the concentrations of the mist? Quick question, Ty. Does it look like there's a bubble that's preventing the mist from getting into this building with the ritual in place? What's going on? Are we in a holding pattern right now, guys?
Yeah, Ty said he was
Yeah.
stepping away to get lunch.
Got it.
Never mind. I go for blood work tomorrow to get some sweets.
Okay.
Anyway, anyone else is here?
I am.
Yo.
No.
Alright, so obviously the dawn's the next day. And, well, everyone in the building remembers, but...
Yeah.
So, in the building is the fourth, well, 4/3, and outside the building is still the second.
Okay. Alright, so at the very least, I got the chronometers going right now. I'm curious. I'm gonna try and use the Wi-Fi, see if I can contact the outside world, even if it's through social media or stuff. Or do I get 404'd?
You get 4/4.
Alright. Can't access social media, so that's out. So I'm guessing the ability to communicate with the outside world is still. Part 1, step 1 of the problem.
We gotta figure out where the mist is being caused and get rid of it.
Yep.
Have we figured out where the densest parts are yet?
You try another check.
What type of check do we need to do? Is that a magic?
Magic.
26.
It's somewhere close to the harbor. Somewhere close to the shoreline. You'll know if it's the harbor or the yacht port yet.
I say we go for the harbor district since it's got more place to hide.
Yeah.
Alright, back in the harbor. The
Yep.
Eli's still there, but talking to one person now.
I'm just floating around, not causing problems, just looking around.
Make sure these kids do not bother this area. Yes, sir. I'll go check on him. I'll go check on the other. I'll go check on the ladies on the lockport.
25 to investigation. I'm sleuthing, guys.
I investigate what?
I'm looking for the densest part of the fog.
Oh. I guess why not?
A sort or a source for the fog.
Well, here.
Can I do a check now to try to pinpoint it more precisely since I'm so close to it?
Go ahead.
Oof.
Ooh, you don't find shit.
Damn. I believe I can use a hero point to reroll.
I still have them.
Where would you see
30.
the hero points on this thing?
It's once per day.
Yeah.
Well, once per session.
Yeah, I basically use my 1 point to re-roll a bad roll.
Alright. As you look, the water is very, very, very deep. But you can see, but you can sense a mechanical, but you can sense magic at the bottom of it.
Well, I guess it's not time to be subtle. Is there? I'm going to attempt to lift up the seafloor with that thing on it. Is it more or less than 3 tons in weight?
It's more.
Damn. I'll go into the communicator. Hey guys, I found the source, but it's at the bottom of the water, and I do not have the power to force it up. Plan B, then. I guess I'll have to collapse it from beneath it. So I'm going to start burrowing.
Option 2, yes.
As you try to do that, Eli runs up again. Hi, what are you doing?
Investigating?
Investigate what?
What's down there? And I point at the water.
Listen. Police investigate. You're just do some hero work. Shouldn't you do bike robberies? You investigate or something.
No, I prefer to be here looking into this.
Well, we'll have some detectives look at this with scuba gear and everything. Just go away.
Is that a cop?
Or be forced to arrest you.
I'm going to do an insight. Is this guy actually a cop, or is he bullshitting me? $26.
He's a cop. He's definitely a cop. Bad. He's definitely a cop. Definitely the chief of police. Badge and everything.
Fine, I guess I'll stay out of your way then. It just goes into the ground and disappears. The tunnel collapses behind him.
Heroes nowadays.
And I'm going to get to work. Burrowing my way down, letting the tunnel collapse behind me. So there's no way that they can track me easily. So, do I make it to the... Do I able to drill down enough to get close to it?
At about very deep. Yes, you could close to it. It's a mixture of chemicals, magic, and technology.
I'm going to have rocks hit the technological parts of it till it stops working.
The percussive maintenance method.
Yes, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit anything that looks shiny with rocks until it stops working.
Alright, well, toughness is about 10.
I've got plenty of time. So, yeah.
Throw a rock in to see what happens.
Do a what?
Throw a rock.
Or, you know what? I could always do a magic check to look at the runes. Figure out what it's magically doing. Let's go with that instead. For now. I have no idea. Gonna break it.
You have no idea what's going on.
23 to an earth move attack against some of the technological components, as I'm causing underwater rock slides onto it.
Well, obviously it's going to hit, but something happens. An alarm goes off, and it actually starts to move and tries to get away.
I'm going to build giant walls under the water so it can't move that way. Basically box it in with earth.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
Then I'm going to drop more rocks on it.
Alert! Alert! Summon! Summon! Summon!
Just dropping more rocks on it till it stops moving.
Summon! Summon! And I guess a parry check yet to cause?
A what?
Dodge.
Oh, I've got a dodge? Even though I'm buried underneath, inside of stone?
Something's coming your way from outside the water.
$28 to dodge.
You dodge just in time to see a railgun bullet shoot right through you and onto the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna burrow my way back to the surface and float it back to the team. I've got it boxed in for now and did probably some serious damage.
Alright, as you burrow out, you see a mech floating away. It's too high speed to catch though.
What's its fly speed?
It's about 100.
Oh, okay. So it's going at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I have fly 6. I can move at 120 miles an hour. So it's either got fly speed 5 or fly speed 6.
6.
Yeah, I'm going to call the team and saying, hey, guys, there's a giant flying robot that I think is causing the problems.
Alrighty. Put the jetpack on and get going.
I'm going to attempt to land 3-ton rocks on it to try to slow it down. See if I can't overwhelm its carry capacity.
And I could try and hack into it with a subverter and try and damn it, maybe deactivate it or possibly just control it. Oh, thank goodness, it's multi-attack range affliction. Limited to machines only, but that's all I need.
Nice.
Since this is range, that's not a punch check.
Nope, it's a ranged check. So it'll either be, I think it's dexterity?
I do have a
Yes.
marksman skill.
And yeah, if you have marksmanship with that specific attack, then you should be able to do it. Mia's Smash Minds is weird that way with attacks and skill versus range. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
Damn it.
Ouchie!
Yeah.
Oh boy. And a subverter. Don't have a roll for it, which is annoying. Thought I had a roller for it. Yes. No, damn it, it's just the thing. Damn it. Anyway, this is what it is. Damn it. Don't have it listed. God damn it, DC 18. That much I know. DC 18. That'll be Will, I think. Yeah, that'll probably be against Will. It succeeds.
Damn it. You only hear one thing that actually sounds like a human palate. Activate stealth mode, and attempts to activate his cloak.
Switches to thermal vision.
You see it fly into this building.
So it flies off.
Yep.
Does the mist go with it?
Nope.
Do I still sense the magical energy within the city?
For now, it seems like it's off for now. And note that that you notice that you actually see it fly out of the city. The mech. Well, the paladin mech.
I guess we'll have to see if the city continues as normal. So with that mech gone.
Yep. I could try and like create maybe like a radar or something that would try and track this thing.
Meanwhile, Eli runs back to you. What the hell's going on?
Giant mech was causing a pseudo time loop within the city for the past 3 months.
Time loop? There's no time loop.
Play recording from last night.
I know what I said last night. I mean, I don't hear any time loop.
You do know that it's September, right?
No, it's June.
No, it's September. It's been the city appeared and it's been like 3 months disconnected.
Whatever. Listen, you stay out of it, or I'm gonna have to arrest you.
Under what laws?
Annoying me. And we have a
That's a violation of the Eighth Amendment, as well as the Fourth and Fifth. Or no, Fourth and Eighth Amendments.
Like, well, you said the season of time loop, so who's going to contact you? The government? Hey,
Who do you think sent me?
Say again?
Who do you think sent me?
But of course.
After a while, they'll just send someone else.
Also, you did see me burrow through the ground, right?
No, I'm concentrating on the dock area. There's some lovely ladies that need my attention.
Okay. I'm gonna zoom back to the inn. I guess we'll see if the time continues forward. Are we getting connection outside, or are we still disconnected?
We're actually getting connection outside the city for once.
Okay. I think
And Eli heads back to the police station.
I think we've scared off whatever the hell that thing is for now.
And I'll show like the images of the mech thing.
I guess we got to go back to the White House now.
You mentioned not being able to leave the city. Let's see if you can even get out of it now.
I'll float on my rock. Can I leave the city?
Nope. The furthest you could leave is just the campsite.
Were we able to get to the campsite before or no?
Residual error from the mist, but
were we able to get to the campsite before or no?
nope.
Okay, so it's whatever it is, it's weakening, so it'll probably take a little while.
I'll give it the night and then try again in the morning. Obviously, staying in our protected bubble.
I'll try and monitor like all kinds of like air traffic and stuff like that to try and get some kind of idea in case that mech.
All right. Well, I guess you head back to the hotel. And FBI agents talk like, we just missed the concert. Yeah, we missed it yesterday. Oh, right, the time loop. That means it's been at least a month since the concert. No,
Yeah.
3 months.
Officially 3 months, yes, but they kept repeating it over and over.
So next morning, has time moved forward, or is it still reverted back?
Well, for people in this area, obviously time still moves forward, but for the city, it reverted back.
Okay, then we haven't stopped whatever's causing this.
You you slowed it down, but something at least. Say again.
Magic check to scan through the city again to find the Nexus. 31.
This time is over here.
Over where? Okay. So, entire team, you guys want to help me break? Want to help me break a mech?
Sure thing.
Sure, why not?
So I'm just gonna. So how deep down is it this time?
You don't even get a chance because Eli and several police officers is combing the area.
Okay then. Hey guys, watch this. Boop. And there's now a tunnel that we can walk through.
Like, after them, man.
I seal the tunnel behind us.
Use that. And in a very strange move, you actually hear jackhammers cutting through the tunnel, as if Eli came prepared.
Well, he's gonna have to go through several feet of solid rock, and I can pop up anywhere. So I guess we're just gonna keep walking through. I'll keep collapsing the tunnel behind us periodically, putting more and more solid rock between us and them, and we'll just pop up somewhere else.
Wait, we're going.
Yep.
To.
Well, we're working our way towards that magical source.
Right, well, back to magical source, but it's different. Different, not only different rooms, but more armored, if you will. Not to mention a century.
How is it big enough to possibly have rooms inside of it?
Yeah.
Can we try to get inside of it?
Yeah, try.
Okay.
Without tripping the century, that is.
So, any thoughts about how we can sneak in?
Well, if there's any electronic elements, I could possibly try and hack them and turn them off, or have them just ignore our presence altogether. How much like the security stuff seemed to be electronic in nature?
Oh, right. So the following has
Hello?
been, I guess, upgraded since the last time we saw it. Now the armor is more thick. You see a century by it, and they have electronic just in case someone touches it that doesn't belong to that you can't see. Also, you should act fast because scuba officers are going down to investigate. So
Well.
like last time, you don't have all day to
Okay. What I could try and do is I could try and hack into the electronics here.
Also, if you can find the intake for the engines, I might be able to jam them up with rock, which can prevent it from flying away this time.
Yeah. like using a technology check. I'm gonna see like if I can identify like which are the intake and outtake valves.
I'll try to help. I don't help, but I don't hurt.
So a 20.
Yeah, a little hard to find the intake valves.
Sucks. Alright. Well, guess I'll try again with our subverter. Maybe we can forcibly shut some vital components down. Hopefully there's nobody inside this thing this time. Should I risk that or no?
Well, there's likely somebody inside of it, but if you can shut it
Well,
down.
there's no one inside of it, but remember you have to still watch out for a mech above it. Well, if it appears again.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
I have
All
two
right.
more chances before the scuba hits you.
I don't
Now
think
you
I
only
get
have
it.
one more chance.
I don't hit it with the subverter at all.
Does it have legs?
Not this time. Tread trucks.
It has. Wait, it's got treads.
Last time it had legs, now it has treads.
I'm gonna cause an underwater avalanche to try to force rocks into the treads, jamming up its ability to move down there. Avalanche. (23) to jam several large rocks into the treads.
That is just enough to jam several large rocks into the treads as the scuba officers finally get to you. Halt! Go to the surface at once!
Shift Earth, so there's now an earthen wall between us and them.
You're not getting away! Swarm 12. We have people escaping. Roger.
So I guess this thing is not moving yet.
Nope, it's not.
Okay, then you guys want to just lay the hurt on this thing till it breaks?
Sure thing. I'll just basically point the tip of my thermobaric gun on it.
I'm just going to cause more rock to start falling on top of it.
I don't think I even hit a freaking standing still target.
No, you don't.
Well, if it can't move and it's considered a stationary target, I think the DC's 10.
Alright, so yeah.
Then I just hit it with the thermobaric gun.
Yeah.
Once again, screams, alert! Alert! Alert!
Well.
And I know
Okay.
it's another boss, but it's going to have a sprite. And it's trying to sprite gun. Does that hit any of you?
Against what?
A Tommy gun?
Well, that's
Depends
that,
on if
that's
I'm-
one. Not. It's the same. It's the same thing as I was going to cause. That's for boss later, but since I didn't do the actual, since I didn't actually
that unless I have cover, that would hit me.
I have an 18 dodge and parry, so that would hit me.
It will miss me. I have
Alright.
20.
I mean, it's just bullets, so you all get hurt.
I soak it.
What do I roll?
Toughness. Yeah,
I
you
soak it as
succeed.
well. But basically, it hits my armor, but it doesn't go through, or...
Yep, mine just impacts my robes, and my robes can absorb quite a bit of damage.
I guess toughness champagne? Okay.
Yeah. Miss. Missed me.
Yes.
I can hear you now, Jim. Right.
Oh yeah, you've got impervious toughness. That's pretty high.
Yeah. Alert! Alert! Upgrade! Send data! Send data! Alert!
I'm aiming for any sort of communications antenna. Anything that looks like communications antenna.
And you failed.
Damn it.
Gonna try once again with my subverter and try and get this thing to stop.
Oof.
Ooh.
I think you might have done it.
I think it's done before it sent the communication. Like I said, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, it fails the toughness check.
So take some damage.
And how many degrees does it fail by?
Just one.
One.
Okay, so it's entranced. So
Well, no, I think that was the toughness check. Isn't your subverter something else? Will?
yeah,
So Ty has to roll will.
I just want to just make will.
Yeah.
damn it.
Nope.
No effect.
So yeah, it sends out the
Oh,
communication.
Ty, he's forcing you to re-roll. Re-roll the will. It fails.
Okay, so that's, I'm gonna guess 1 degree.
Yes.
So, entranced. What exactly does that mean? The SRD that you linked is not very helpful in that regard.
Yeah, it's annoying. I remember. I'll find out where it is. Conditions.
Okay, so it can't sense stuff, so basically it's no longer sending an alarm.
Yeah. Got it. So we got the important part while the rest of us just heavy hit it. I'd keep piling that on just in case yours is cumulative.
Alright, so I'm not gonna bother this, but yeah. Eventually you jackhammer it to death. Well, to break.
Pieces.
And I'll start lifting pieces up one at a time to get it onto the surface for us to study it. Unless someone else has move object as well.
I think that'd be you.
Yeah. Yep, just making earth platforms, lifting it up to the surface, and dumping it on the side.
As you make up to the first platform, you see Eli about a couple dozen SWAT cops and helicopters waiting for you. I finally get back to the surface. Now, what's going on?
That and I lift up a chunk of a giant machine.
I knew something is. I knew something is afoot. Boys, arrest them. Apparently.
Gonna go with no on that. Slips back down and slips back underground.
As you see several bullets shooting your way, obviously missing because of the slowdown.
Yeah. I think you might want to get us a lead to the air.
Say again? Also, you look up and you see, well, a very familiar sight, well, a very familiar railgun right charging up.
Scatter.
Building up cover. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use one of my alternate abilities, Dust Storm. I am now fully concealed, along with anyone within 30 feet of me.
Yay! Not dead. Possibly.
Yeah, there's now a nice thick dust cloud all around me.
Damn it, what? The mech obviously is annoyed, shoots up and flies away.
Though I would like to note that the chunk of machinery that I was holding up probably slams into the ground pretty hard, just because, you know, the concealment ability is tied to that ability. So, yeah. But hey, we got the thing, guys.
Yeah.
That we do.
I'll keep collecting bits and just occasionally, you know, do a build stone wall in between us and the cops to keep them from causing us trouble.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mr. Hacky can keep the helicopters at bay.
Yep.
Remote controlling the helicopters.
Oh, jeez. Well, roll to find out.
Wrong one.
No, the helicopters are still in the air.
God damn it. I had to hit the wrong button.
I gotta figure out how this magic works so I can undo it.
Alright, well. You bust up the thing, but now the cops are looking for you. And you don't have to reset to be by your side. Also, the bank's getting robbed again. Same stuff for 2 days. Well, 2 days ago now.
Are the bad guys, out of curiosity, are the bad guys paying attention to anyone outside, and are they separated from the hostages in any way?
No, they're. Oh no! While everyone's busy, the bad guys broke into this place right here.
Is there anyone in the bank, or is it just them?
It's just them.
I just put giant slabs of stone over any possible exit and carve a word in the wall saying "bad guys inside." Cop drill here, and I put a weak point and mark out a weak point that will break down the main entrance.
Well, something you probably expected to happen by now. Like, use the spray.
Nope. Zips underground.
Yeah. Yeah. You can actually just tell that the spray is going to affect your powers if it's that. Yeah,
Nope, underground now. Underground. I ain't fucking with that shit. And technically, I can still build those pieces while underground.
Yep.
Get the heavyweights. And some guy in Iron Man armor and Hulkbuster armor walks up and tries to punch the slab.
I wish him luck. It's a few feet thick of stone.
It's Hulkbuster.
Well,
It's still going to take a couple of minutes, but it's going to get through.
Sure, can you handle them? I'll keep the other bits of stone controlled.
nope. Can't I get any good rolls?
One more before they're completely through.
26.
All right, just slow it down for now.
Okay. And I'm not even going to ask for the will save because everything can beat this DC 18. It feels like. Yeah. Just fails. It just succeeds.
Yeah.
What exactly?
Oh yeah, multi-attack increases the DC
So
by
what
2. Unless you're targeting multiple targets, multi-attack will increase it by 2. So actually, it's a DC 20.
Okay, so DC 20. Okay, so that's
So
is that 1 or 2 degrees of failure?
1 degree of failure.
All right, so entranced, I'll just make it so it does be able to send signals, and it can't like whatever it's using to see, it can't do
Oh, got it. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. You've got to get at least 1 degree of success. But you may have, actually. Oh, he did. Yeah, then you're fine. Oof.
All right,
Ooh,
just shut the damn thing off.
Obviously, the Doug is getting out of the Hulkbuster armor.
It's completely powered down.
Okay, I'm just going to be a bit of a dick. I'm going to ask you guys to be at least 30 feet away from me, and I'm just going to go Earthquake. These guys all now need to do will saves. Or no, fort save. It's a fort save. My bad.
All right. 1.
They all succeed, but I'm keeping it going. They got to roll again. It's a fort, not a toughness.
Oops, sorry. And one was tried to fix the
how
Would you fail?
how much fort do these guys have?
Not enough.
No, they've got a lot of fort, from what I
Oops,
can
forgot
tell.
to subtract 10.
Yeah, if you subtract 10,
So yeah,
two of them are now hindered, and one of them is still standing. Actually, oh god, if you got to subtract 10 from the first ones, 2 of them succeeded, but 2 of them so if assuming it's the same ones, 2 of them are now prone. It's a cumulative effect. So I'm keeping doing this until they're basically prone on the ground.
All right, so one more, probably.
Yep. So 2 of them. Wait, no. These are mooks, aren't they? They're minions.
Except for one who's actually the technique, the one that actually pounded the mech.
Got it. Yeah. Well, he's still dealing. Well, still in the mech, being. Wait. He's in a disabled mech.
He stepped out the mech to fix.
Got it. So I'm basically trying to keep him on the ground, so he can't fix it.
Yeah, hence the technology check. All right, so two for one more, for two for one more.
Yep. Are they at -10 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he fails both. He's prone.
And technology isn't high enough to repair, so no. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, once they're all prone, I'm just going to open the door up and take the mech. Mine now. Hey, Mr. Tech Guy, you want a present?
Yep.
I give you the mech.
It's just Hulkbuster armor. Super strength.
Still something.
More.
Yep. And I'll then use my create earth powers quickly to give them a nice little rocky cocoon. Their heads are still visible, but they're rocky cocoon now.
Yep.
Now, you guys stay there and think about what you've done. The cops are on their way.
What's going on here? And you see the lieutenant chief of police walk by. Oh,
Bad guys?
Hey, the chief's been looking for you. What's going on?
Bad guys? Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to deliver this this mech suit to a friend of mine.
Wait a second. What's the chief after you? Wait. Ah, damn it.
Flies away on his rock.
I guess back to the makeshift hideout you go.
Yep. So, is the mist still around, or is it cleared up?
It's slowly cleaning up.
Got it. So
it's still going to take a while.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can play with the mech for a little while.
Yeah. First thing I'm going to do, check to see if there's like any tracking devices inside of it.
You can't see anything.
+2, help him.
You can't see a tracking device.
Mm. Well, I guess I better bury it then. Several 20 feet of rock should be enough to keep that tracker from working.
Yeah. It's a shame.
I bury it like 30 feet underground. We can get it later. So next day is the mist gone?
Mist is slowly bleeding off, but the day actually is. But for the first time, the day's actually shifted to normal.
Oh, nice.
People
Can we leave the city now?
What? Why is it so cold? It's only the second. It's only the 3rd.
It's September.
What do you mean? We just
Check the internet.
What the?
Yes, time loop. Now, if you excuse me, I've got to look at that ritual to figure out how the hell it works. Got to look at the pieces that we dredged up. Can I try to identify the magic runes?
Yep, go ahead. Remember, it's magic, chemical, and technology.
$19. Damn it.
You don't for which one? Magic?
Magic.
You don't know what's going on.
I'll put all the runes down so I can work on it later from my home library, which would give me a bonus. So, hey, tech guy, can you take pictures of everything?
Sure thing.
And
And
then get printouts for me?
Yep. Go out of my way and take as many pictures of this thing as possible.
And I'll assist him with both science and and tech.
So science, no tech, and science. So that'd be. Were you able to assist with science?
I don't help with technology, but let's see about science.
We really don't need help with technology.
I help. I think I do better on the science.
All right, so 20
All
for
right,
science.
so how part of the device works is this. Obviously, it's a mist generator, which obviously activates at 12 o'clock, at 3 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock every morning, and the chemicals is a mix of magic and technology. Obviously, the magic you don't know about yet because of the runes that has time reset every once in a while, except for certain people.
That explains why we weren't affected initially.
It could also have been a needed time to build up. Does it mention like who the people who are not affected are?
The only thing mentioned is the thugs, especially the mob boss, Mr. Xavier, and something called the Council of Seven.
Ooh, bad guys. I would like to roll my expertise magic, possibly at a negative, to try to identify this council if there's anything in magic literature, like if there's a magic member. Well, obviously there'd be magic members. So how much of a negative do I get?
Ooh.
It can be anywhere from if it's loosely like there's examples in the book, like if you are if you have like a journalism as expertise, you can use it for law at like a -2 if it's like one step. If it's 2 steps removed, it's a -5. Like trying to somehow justify using expertise cooking on on law, but you have to convince the GM to allow it. But -5 is the worst possible.
I was about to say a -5.
Yeah. So is it closer to the -2 or is it closer to the -5?
-5.
13. Don't know about
You
it.
do not see anything.
Name's not familiar to me. I'll have to check my library, see if there's older records.
So yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's oh boy. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens. The town the town resets but some members take the is taking advantage of the resetting town to slowly build up a base.
Well, we ruined that. We broke it.
Yeah,
Yep.
but who says someone could actually go out and fix it or make another one?
Hence why I'm going to spend my time studying as much as possible to how to make this thing. And specifically see if there are ways that any weaknesses that could be exploited.
Yeah. And if I can get back to my home library, I'm going to do some extensive study in magic on the runes.
Yeah, technically you could leave the city now.
Well, obviously, we've got to check in with the president, let him know that, hey, we figured this out. There's a big old machine that was there that was causing problems. We're taking samples, i.e., I'll be flying away with with one of the larger chunks of the runes.
And Jared goes with Oceano and like, hey, did you see the concert? Hey, hey, you want to see the concert? The the concert left a couple of days ago. Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, I'll stop by Father's to see what's going on. Hopefully, he doesn't get too mad at me. And she leaves. A strange child. She says he's a very big fan of me.
Yeah. How well known are you?
And me? 28.
And how well known are you? How famous?
I I saved the world like a couple hundred times.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just revealed my real name a couple of weeks ago. Well, a couple of months ago now, to be honest.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to deep dive to see if someone tries to make another one. Take care.
Me too. And do you have like a email or an FTP that I could set up? At least transmit you at least what I can get from what I understand of these machines.
Oh, good. This is my hero email, if you will.
I give you a fucking PO box.
What the? All right. Well, I know a couple of I know a couple of elven heroes that. All right. Well, I know a couple of elven heroes that you only use a PO box.
I don't get very good cell service where I usually work out of, so.
Not the first time. Like I said, a couple of elven heroes from across the planet only use PO boxes. They sent the emails too hackable. Anyway, since obviously you're wanted for the city for some odd reason, I'm gonna dive to the surface to make sure someone's not trying to build another one.
Thank you.
And she walks off. I guess this is a good place to end it for now.
Yep.
Hmm.
So Diplo, might get all still busted, or I'll take that as it's still busted.
I take that as a yeah.
Hmm.
Plus, it gives Diplo time to actually fix his mic. Well, hope I didn't do a horrible job, and remind me before next session to actually fix the regular mooks.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, with regular mooks, they tend to be very low power level.
Yeah.
I think regular mooks usually sit like what 5 or 6. Look at some of the examples in the SRD of regular mooks, because those guys they drop like stones. They're ridiculously weak.
Could you also?
And wondering what the tonic gun came from? That's Mr. Xavier's weapon. I just needed the fire machine gun to simulate the spray pattern.
Yep. Also, if you could find maybe a better SRD, because the one you linked is not exactly user friendly for.
That's the best SRD that is out there for it.
Oh God.
The only other option would be literally the books. And you know how tabletop books are.
Expensive.
No, just you have to remember a lot of pages and jump around a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thankfully, I have some places where I could maybe find it.
Oh, I've got them. I just got to upload them.
Mutant City Blues, Mutant Crawler Classics, Mutant Year Zero. No. Nothing for mutants and masterminds. Damn.
Well, I'm gonna go, guys.
All right. Have a good
Okay.
one. I should get out to get ready for some dinner and get ready for the next game.
I should still actually eat my lunch, so.